Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Welcome, folks, to Gab and Dad's annual Oscar picks. The Oscars are coming up, and we are going to, from the official nominees,
yes,
choose the ones...
2011.
Choose the ones in 4 categories, 5 categories.
6 categories.
6 categories.
Let's make it 6.
See, one...
it's so much fun.
The ones that, from the official nominees, that we would choose.
Yes, our personal picks, not our predictions.
Not predictions, the ones we think should win.
But under the constraint of what was actually nominated.
Right. And I'm going to read Gabrielle's pick.
We're starting with?
We're starting with Best Supporting Actress, and she will read mine.
And we haven't discussed this ahead of time. We don't know if we're going to agree, maybe disagree. We've been known to disagree.
We've been known to disagree. All right, so Gabrielle's pick for Best Supporting Actress from the official nominees, the one she chooses is Melissa Leo.
Yes.
From The Fighter.
From The Fighter.
From The Fighter.
We thought she was great in a great movie, but she really stood out as such a bravura performance. I think that she's been doing well in the awards season.
Pick. Good pick.
Well, is it? Let's see what Dad picked. Dad's Best Supporting Actress pick is Melissa Leo.
There you go.
So there you go. You agree with me.
And I would predict as well that she's going to be chosen officially by the Academy.
She seems to be the front runner. There's some controversy right now with how she's campaigning for herself.
Yeah, a little too vigorously.
A little too vigorously. We'll see how that turns out.
But no one who watched her performance in The Fighter should be surprised at how vigorous she is.
No, I think her main competition is Haley Steinfeld, True Grit, The Girl.
No.
People like to see a girl win, but we'll see.
We say Melissa Leo, and my prediction is so will the Academy. So now we come to Best Supporting Actor.
Yes.
Gabrielle's pick of those officially nominated is...
people need to know.
Well, I'm flabbergasted.
It's a shock.
I'm shocked.
Christian
Bale. Who's Christian Bale?
He's all right. He's so-so. Come on, Christian Bale. Okay. Well,
not a bad choice.
Why, thank you. We'll see what you picked. You better stayed with the program on this one. Christian Bale. Good Dad.
Good.
You're
excellent. Yeah.
You're learning.
No, it was excellent.
That's a no-brainer. If he doesn't win, that's going to be a big upset. The momentum's in his corner. The performance is there. It's his time. I think people want to like him and embrace him.
So that would be Best Supporting Actor and Actress from one film.
So far, The Fighter, yeah.
Yeah. Has that happened in recent years that you can think of?
Probably. I don't have an encyclopedic memory of those things, but I'm sure it has happened.
Encyclopedic.
Encyclopedic.
Pediatric is when you take your kids to the doctor.
I said encyclopedia.
Encyclopedia. That's a pediatrician who specializes in all childhood illnesses. An encyclopedia. No, anyway. All right. Now, Best Actress. Best Actress. Gabrielle's pick for Best Actress from those.
Are we already on Best Actress?
Well,
I guess so. Okay, go.
Gabrielle's pick is Natalie Portman. That would be from Black Swan.
Black Swan, not from No Strings Attached, the recent rom-com.
No.
Yeah, I mean, she was just so. The Academy loves that kind of performance. She's crazy, and plus what she accomplished in looking like a professional dancer, I think is really quite remarkable.
And she found true love on the set.
Well, I don't think she gets an award for that. She gets a baby for that.
She gets a baby for that.
But yeah, it's a nice story.
An award, a baby.
Yeah, it all comes together.
Great year.
I have a baby. I'm still waiting for my awards.
All right, so that's Gabrielle's pick.
Your pick?
Good
Best
choice.
Actress? Thank you. Natalie Portman.
Are we not?
We've agreed on everything so far. What's wrong here?
No.
This is boring.
This is boring.
But you agree, obviously, everything I said.
Yeah, I mean, I had some difficulties with the film Black Swan, but I think you have to recognize that it is an extraordinary performance.
It really is.
And I think the best of the...
Annette Bening is the main competition. There's some sympathy, not sympathy going for her, but...
She's married to Warren
Beatty. Yeah, it's a sympathy. But I don't think she deserves it for that role.
I didn't see that.
I did. The kids are all right. But I mean, I don't think that's the Best Actress role. But I think that she has a history of losing Oscars.
And also, it's getting to the point where it's almost like a nostalgia thing.
Exactly. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, almost like
not an
pediatrician. Yeah. Right. Now we come to Best Actor. Gabrielle's pick for Best Actor is Colin Firth.
Yeah.
That would be from The King's Speech.
That would be from The King's Speech. That's not a controversial pick.
No, he's going to win.
He's probably going to win. It's one of those roles that the Academy loves. Royalty, he's got a handicap.
Stutters.
Yeah, he's a good-hearted.
Wears uniforms.
Nice spiffy uniforms, and it was a great performance. To me, that film, I wasn't a huge fan of the film overall. I have nothing against it, but I don't think it's an award-worthy film other than perhaps his and Geoffrey Rush's performances in particular.
Yeah, I mean, it's a respectable choice. And furthermore, if you were predicting, it's a sure thing, I think.
It's pretty much a sure thing to go.
It's a done deal.
Yeah, and I would agree with it if that's how it turns out. But your best actor pick, Dad's best actor pick is, Jesse Eisenberg. This is the first pick we've differed on.
The Social Network. I thought it was a brilliant performance of a very complex character.
Do you know Mark Zuckerberg? Do you know if it was a good?
Oh, Mark and I are just. The original idea for Facebook was mine, and there is going to be litigation. There is going to be litigation. So I probably shouldn't
Stay tuned.
No, I thought it was a brilliant portrayal of a very complex person, and really, he really put his finger on, the genius factor, but operating in a socially immature and inexperienced person. I mean,
don't those two usually go together?
Certainly in my case, they do.
But he was a very unlikable character. Do you think that was redeeming?
I actually didn't find him that unlikable. I mean, the general view was that the character of Zuckerberg, as he portrayed it, was just a really miserable little bugger. But I didn't find that at all. To me, it was...
There was humanity in the performance?
Yes, to me it was the portrayal of a brilliant but somewhat tormented person, and he just walked that line beautifully.
The way those line deliveries.
Yeah.
I can't argue with that choice, although I wasn't smitten with the performance overall, but I think it would be a solid choice. He doesn't have a chance, though, I don't think.
I don't think so. But the other thing about...
But he's an up-and-coming actor. I'm sure he has a lot of good roles.
The other thing is, in terms of sheer originality, I mean, I think that both the film and also that portrayal were original and gripping, unlike anything I've ever seen that I can remember.
A contemporary character without bells and whistles.
Yeah, whereas the Colin Firth King George VI was very much mainstream, you see it before, old school. And I think you have to give marks to people who are trying something new and different and difficult.
Definitely. Well, so that's why it's a good choice. And that leads us to a very interesting category this year. Best Director.
Now, Gabrielle's choice of Best Director is David Fincher.
Yes. The director of The Social Network. But
I think both Gabrielle and I agree that the person who should really get this award is
Christopher Nolan.
Christopher Nolan for Inception, and it's a scandal that he wasn't nominated.
It's a scandal. We are only making our picks out of the 5 nominees.
Right. I would pick Nolan.
I of course would pick Christopher Nolan, and I don't want to play my card of my Best Picture pick, except to say that I do not believe in separating Best Director and Best Picture.
Yeah, well, Gabrielle and I differ on that.
There's hardly ever any reason to do that. It doesn't make any sense, and so I'm forced to, in this instance, to go with David Fincher. And I'll explain why out of the 5, because I think that The Social Network, the material that David Fincher was working with, was the hardest in a way. I mean, Black Swan is showy. The Fighter, showy. You've got very visual things going on. Boxing, ballet. To make such a compelling, exciting, interesting movie such as The Social Network out of talking and looking at computer screens, I think is really quite
somebody came to you and
said, quite a contemporary.
Somebody said, how would you like to direct a movie about a young kid who invents a social media program and makes a lot of money? What else you got?
I don't know how I'm gonna...
What else you got? But he took it and he turned it into a very interesting, complex, powerful, and
exciting,
and contemporary, and exciting film.
And I think the script has a lot to do with that, but the director, it's the directors whose hands it's in.
Although Christopher Nolan should have got it. Now, next. What about my pick?
All right, what's Dad's pick for Best Director? We'll let him. David Fincher.
For the
reasons we just discussed.
And that brings us, folks, to the most dramatic and gripping moment of our little presentation, Best Picture. Oops. I pressed the wrong one, the one I was supposed to press. Oh, that was a bomb. This is not on. It was this. Wait for it. Much better.
At least you didn't press the fart button.
No. And Gabrielle's pick for Best Picture is, no surprise here, given what she just said a few moments ago, Inception.
Doesn't have a hope in hell.
Brilliant film.
But, as I've said in my Best of the Year, Best of the Summer, ever since I saw it in the summer, that is the best film of the year for me, for many reasons. It's up and above.
It was a fine film.
In every category.
Fine film.
It's not going to win. But if I pick
No, it's not. It's not.
Well,
King's Speech is going to win.
Looks like it, probably. But we're not here to prognostic. What's the word?
Encyclopedia trivia.
picture Dad's pick is The Social Network.
For all the reasons I've given.
Yeah.
Now, I have to say that for me, it was between Inception and The Social Network. But I think The Social Network, on balance, was a more interesting and compelling film than Inception. Although, you know, I cannot quarrel with your pick at all.
Oh.
It's a close run thing.
Thank you. But you've said now you think The King's Speech has it sewn up, and how would you feel about that?
Well,
At this point, it looks like King's Speech, although it's between The King's Speech and Social Network. You'd rather see The Social Network?
I mean, to me, the prizes and the kudos should go to the people
to us,
and then after that, to the people who take a chance. And that's one of the reasons, by the way, just to say, I think The Black Swan is to some extent undervalued, because the thing about The Black Swan is the director, Darren Aronofsky, took a big chance. Yeah. He really laid it out there.
And that's what art is about.
And that's what art is about. Whereas, by contrast, to me, The King's Speech was playing it safe.
Paint by numbers.
Paint by numbers, playing it safe all the way.
I agree.
You know, a satisfying film. I enjoyed it, but not a great film. It'll be a film that'll be forgotten. Whereas The Social Network is a marker for its time. And,
that is true.
And Inception is a work of great imagination. And I think those films will be remembered long after The King's Speech is forgotten.
Certainly by us, and I think a lot of our viewers, the YouTube community has more insight, such as we do, than the Academy does. But there you go. As far as we're concerned, those are Gavin Dad's picks.
And my final prediction is that the U Reviews, which will launch this year, will
sweep the nation.
Will quite quickly, through social media, through YouTube, will quite quickly displace.
Through UTwitface.
Displace the Academy as the premier awards for the movie business.
I like to think so.
And on that note, folks, we bid you adieu.
Enjoy the Oscars. Check out the U Reviewer Awards coming from us. You YouTube reviewers, we're the ones that count. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.